so nervous, but today there's 5 or 6 other boats that can come by and win this whole thing.
And an estimated 1 million people along the city front here in San Francisco to watch the sailing, to watch the air show, and the ships that have been sailing by. It's a pretty big scene.
What a weekend here for San Francisco and California as we get a good look at Dean Barker and Team New Zealand making their way out and putting themselves into position.
Dean Barker's been sailing better this week. He had a tough regatta back in August. He was very disappointed, he told me. But the team is doing better. They've settled down, and look at that determination on the face of Dean Barker.
The defending America's Cup champion, James Spithill there, second from the left. And this would be a nice way to end this regatta in San Francisco after capsizing yesterday.
24 hours ago, these guys were upside down. That was a good recovery. The boat is okay, they're okay, and they're ready to go.
And there is Ben Ainsley, the current leader in this regatta this weekend. He came here in August after the Olympics and just finished poorly in 10th place. He has basically been in the water since then, practicing almost every single day.
So here's the start area. They'll start on the line from the left side of the screen. Very short, only about 45 seconds to get Mark 1, and then they'll head down to the city front with the wind. It'll be a big race to be on the best part of the line. And there's a look at Terry Hutchinson, who's been brilliant all week long. A couple seconds at first, always in the top fleet as we count down with 1 minute to go to the start.
All right, so all the work is out of the way. It is now time to sail. There you see them, the fastest boats, the best sailors. And don't be surprised to see the Americans from the back. They love to come up and try to hit that line right at 0, but if you cross it too soon, you'll incur a penalty.
They've been working hard at that. It's all about time and distance. Ben Ainsley there in the middle of the crowd. If you are over the line and jump the gun, you're penalized and have to slow down 2 boat lengths. So the key here is to be at full speed on the line when the gun goes off and try and do that ahead of your competition. And the difference between a good start and a bad start is only about 1 second.
Should be a haul behind Shauna. 15 seconds to the start.
Ainsley's already got a penalty here with another boat, so he's going to be forced to be penalized right after the start. Big setback for Ainsley.
At the line of 0, and they are all clear away.
Good start for Nathan Atteridge aboard the Swedish boat, and Peter Burley to winner at the bottom of the screen for Korea also had a good start. Ainsley's penalties cleared in the middle. That's a big step back for him. He's had good starts all week long. Another good start there for Russell Coutts, the master.
Now remember, this is a short reach, and then they'll head downwind towards the Bay Bridge. Position is going to be everything here, Gary.
You want to be in the inside here. Russell Coutts going well. The question, can Atteridge block his wind and try and get over the top? It's very close. And Atteridge pulls it off and takes the lead. Russell Coutts in second, not far behind, followed by Korea. Now there's a big choice here. They can head for shore, or they can go out into the bay, try and get a little bit more wind.
And Ben Ainsley is mired back in the pack, right around 8th place. This is all about doing your homework on the current and the wind. Russell Coutts decides to head out into the bay. Nathan Atteridge goes towards the shore.
And here's a surprise. James Spithill, who's been doing so well in this series over the past year, rounded that mark in last place. He's got a long way to go to catch up. Good look at James Spithill and John Kostecki.
All right, let's go back to the start, Gary Johnson. Who did it right and who did it wrong?
Well, on the right you can see that Nathan Atteridge is setting up in pretty good shape there. James Spithill is late for the line, and poor Ben Ainsley fouls another boat, and he is penalized at the start, a big setback. Terry Hutchinson on the left trying to go in. Hard to find room to stand to get up to full speed when that gun goes off.
Similar to IndyCar racing, trying to hit the line when the green flag goes off and then put yourself in the perfect position for turn number 1.
And Nathan Atteridge did just that. Here's a replay from on board Ben Ainsley's boat. Now he's got the penalty. You can see the blue light flashing there, the solid blue light. That tells you he's got a penalty. He doesn't like looking at that blue light.
Back to live racing right now, and the fleet is heading out. Right now it looks like Nathan Atteridge, the top of your screen. You'll see Sweden O. That is Sweden Nathan Atteridge. France's Lloyd Perron is sitting right behind him.
Where is it? Huge lead. I don't see it. Okay, guys, huge lead. So just keep. Yeah, where's the mark? Okay, I see the marks. I got the marks. How much range? How much distance? We want to finish on the boundary. We got 350 and Lauren. Okay, so call Dayline to the right. Yeah. You see it, Nathan? I can't see it. Okay.
Nathan Atteridge working with his Paul Kayard, the tactician, the oldest man in this regatta, and Rod Dern is trimming the wing.
So about 100 meters is the lead for Nathan Atteridge over France right now. Korea, with their young skipper, Peter Burling, just 21 years of age, currently sitting in third place.
Big maneuver here for Nathan Atteridge, and he's making a very uncharacteristic slow turn. Now here's a look at the course as we're heading downwind to gate number 2. It's a little over a mile to get from the windward mark down to the leeward mark. Back and forth, the current just beginning to ebb out of San Francisco Bay. It's kind of slack at the present time.
And the San Francisco skyline in the back. This is leg 2 of 7. And with the way the wind is going right now, checking in at about 14 knots, be a pretty quick race.
These boats could sail 2 times the speed of the wind.
Left side. No deploy.
Atteridge talking which gate he's going to use. He wants to go left and get out into the bay.
What do you want to do? He said get it off lock now. Whatever's the easiest from here. Is there time or no?
Tight racing with Sweden out in front, Korea sitting in second, France in third. The big question though, Ben Ainsley, who is the overall leader coming into this final race, is back in 8th place.
There's a look at Ben Ainsley. He's got a nice grip there on the tiller, holding on to it. But look at his face. He doesn't like where he is. What's going on in his mind? How do I get out of this jam? And the way to do that is to stay away from the other boats on this next leg going to windward, concentrate on speed, find stronger winds and more favorable current. That's what Ainsley's concentrating on. Here's Nathan Atteridge. Burling catching up to Atteridge coming into this mark. Oh, we hear a protest. Louis Perron cutting inside of Peter Burling. Burling doesn't think he had the right way to do that. We'll look to see if the umpires put a penalty against the French.
Yep, and Louis Perron is penalized, taking away that line from Peter Burling.
So he'll be penalized about 2 boat lengths, and when you slow down that amount, the penalty will go away. Russell Coots having a good race in 4th place. Ben Ainsley back in 8th. Now we've seen boats come from behind this far back. We'll see if Ainsley's able to do it.
When they get to those marks, it's so tricky. You've got the best sailors, the fastest boats, and they all walk the same line.
Terry Hutchinson, well behind at this particular time. He's had a great week here, but right now he's uncharacteristically behind.
And the math is simple for Terry Hutchinson. He has to finish somewhere ahead of Ben Ainsley if he wants to win the weekend.
Get low, please, Mike.
Good look at our live line graphics as the boats work up along the city front.
Looks like everyone is heading back towards the shore, so a favorable current must be there because that seems to be the sweet spot. And how about young Peter Burling, just 21 years of age, coming off a silver medal performance at the London Games.
The nice thing about a man like this, only 21 years old, he actually doesn't understand what a big deal this is. He's just out here for a kick. He's also Nathan Atteridge's tuning partner for 2 years leading up to the game. Nathan Atteridge got the gold medal in London for Australia. Peter Burling got a silver for his native New Zealand in the Olympics.
Don't worry about Oracle. The other one. Oh, you don't know Artemis looking for a duck.
All right, what's he talking about there? He's marginal on Oracle looking for a dart.
Well, he's on Outerich there. He's on port tack. That's Burling is a port tack and he's got to give way to Outerich. So what Burling does here is slows down the boat and then he bears off to go behind so there's no collision. Boat on starboard with wind coming from the right side of the boat has the right of way. Jill Scott looking around there, the tactician. He's only 23 years old. That's him, number 41. Louis Perron drops back a little bit after that penalty.
Well, the big news right now on course is that Ben Ainsley has moved up from 8th. Now he sits in 5th place. Remember, he is the current leader for this regatta.
Terry Hutchinson continues to struggle back in last. So here we are working upwind. You know, Todd, you look at this course, it almost looks like a court, a basketball court with these 100-meter lines and the boundaries that we have out here. But these sailors don't see that. There you have to read the wind. And if you look in the middle of the course, you see this little line, kind of foam there. That's a current shear. The current is good on one side of that and bad on the other. And those sailors know exactly what the current's doing.
You also pointed out earlier this week that they're looking for the wind, and I said, well, isn't the wind invisible? And you said you look at the current, you look at the waves, and you look at the dark spots on the water.
You could read the wind by looking at the other boats. How much pressure are they feeling? How much are they heeling over? Flags on the shoreline and the dark patches on the water because the ripples on the water are closer together. Burling on the right, sailing very fast now, and to my eye, looks like he's very close to the lead. Burling tacks over, and he's going to have a very close cross with Outerich. Now remember, Outerich had a split swim lead. Ooh, slow tack there by Burling. They're having trouble getting accelerated.
This is leg 3 of 7, the final fleet race here in San Francisco.
Here comes the cross. And Outerich has to go behind Burling, so they're trading places here on the windward leg. But anytime you're within one boat length, that was a close race.
How ironic, Nathan Outerich is now the skipper for Artemis. Flashback to August, he was the skipper of Team Korea.